Hey guys, what is up? Welcome to part 4 of our business website building series. In the last video, we talked about scope creep and why it's vitally important that you define a scope with your customer, as our agency would do. If you and I were in an agency together and we were building this website for Bob, for his flower shop for Chicago, we would be very specific about making sure that our scope is clearly outlined and that we knew our price. And so let's just quickly say what our price would be for this website. And it could be high based on sites you've built. It could be low. It could be middle. It could be whatever. But let's just take a nice round figure and say a 5-page website with SEO'd, every page on page SEO'd as best as possible with the security plugins and features that we add. Let's say that this website is worth to our company, let's say conservatively, let's say $1,750. And it's funny how many people out there's people from every walk of life. Some people say, whoa, that's so expensive. And there are people that say, whoa, that's so cheap. And really, it's just on where you stand. In my career, I built tons of websites like this for between $1,500 and $2,500. These were kind of like a bread and butter type website at that price for me because they were pretty simple to build. And once I had a defined scope, it wasn't more than, a week's worth of effort at the most, and that includes all our revisions and everything. And then if there was logos and additions on that, the price would usually be more. So let's just say that is our price for this site, and so we can actually break it down on a few different fronts. We know we have 5 pages, right? So basically each page is worth what, $300 to us, something like that, and close, maybe $325. And that's like a lot of different ways of looking at it, though, right? And for the customer, a $1,700 website for something that's completely created with all the SEO and all that is actually comparatively, I mean, there's always Wix and all that stuff. They can go out and build their own. That's the thing, guys. The website building world is big, and not everybody thinks the same. There's a lot of people that like I said, 1,700 is really low. There's website firms, friends of mine own that do like e-commerce website builds, or like let's see. Okay, one good friend of mine was building a site for a farming place in northern Wisconsin, and they had a website budget of $245,000 for their website. And that's not extremely uncommon. It just depends on what you're building and the size and scope. Okay, $1 million websites are built all the time. So 1,700 is not as big as you guys think. In fact, like I said, it's probably low today. All right, so our little $1,700 flower Chicago website, we decided to install WordPress Ultra. Themify Ultra. Once again, it's at themify.me. I'll leave my link in the description. Yes, it's my affiliate link. And yes, I do make money if you go download it. No, this company did not sponsor me. This is actually something that I've used for such a long time that I just really love it. And here's one of the main reasons. I said today we would talk a little bit about Themify itself. Let's actually show you why I like it so much. So on the Themify Builder, we actually have this thing called a builder. And if we turn it on, it's going to give you this little spinning wheel. And the website's going to drop out all these rows. Okay, Themify does things based on rows and columns, and like most current building. And it's not as advanced as you think. They have all these little boxes that are editable. You can drag and move boxes around. I mean, it's really awesome. You can add new sections easily. You can change everything about a section from its from buttons to padding to margins to, so like for example, say we wanted to add some text right here above this button. Over here on the left, we have all these things we can add in. And there's a ton more, by the way, builder add-ons that are included in the $80 price in Themify that you can add into this, like contact forms and loading bars and maps, plugin, tons of stuff. But let's just take a text and move it in right above it. So just drag it into right here. And now we have some text in there. And let's push it up to a heading 1, and let's say, and we're not going to leave this, we're going to change this up, but I just wanted to show you guys how it works. Okay, and in here we have so much stuff. We have styling, it's background color, it's margins, it's borders, it's with everything you could want for CSS for this text. Animation, you can have it do an entrance animation, bounce, look at that, see it behind there? You can have it flash, you can do all kinds of stuff, pulse, you can have it rubber band. Yeah, see, I mean, like, it's pretty awesome. There's so much built-in stuff on here. Visibility. Want to show on a desktop, a tablet, mobile, you can have it disappear on mobile or stay on mobile. It's pretty awesome. All right, so just like that, if we hit save, and then if we exit out and close like that, we're still on the front end, by the way. All right, look, whoop, there it is. And now we have an H1 title right there, just like that. I mean, it's pretty cool. And if you're familiar with drag and drop builders, this won't be anything extremely special to you. But for somebody that doesn't have drag and drop knowledge or hasn't done it with WordPress, this will blow you away, your ability to do this. All right, so the next thing is actually if we go to editing the page itself, and we're in the back end here, and we go to the page itself, and we do a scroll. Remember, I have Classic Editor on, by the way. If you're using Gutenberg, yours will look different than this. I'm using Classic Editor plugin because I've done my whole life on the Classic Editor, and so I'm used to it. But if you scroll down, you're going to see a Themify panel. We're going to minimize the SEO pack. Themify panel, and this is all the layout. This is the layout for the page, hiding its custom menu, hiding its title, all kinds of stuff. And what we want to do here is I actually want to show you guys changing the menu type. So if you go to page appearance and you go to, there's all these options, and you go to header, it's going to give you different header design options by default. And you could pretty much have every option you could ever want, whether it's sticky, full height header, and then also the elements. You can get rid of the logo, the tagline, the RSS link, the header widgets, all that stuff. You can show it on, or show it or hide it, or I'm going to hide it in this case, or like I was saying here, the header widgets, you can hide them. It's pretty awesome. Or we're going to set theme default, which we'll leave it there. All right, but I wanted to show you guys changing the, we're going to go ahead and go for, since we saw a bunch of others that were similar to this, that had the header with the logo in the center, we're going to change it to that, and we're going to hit update. And then when we go back to the front end and we refresh this page, you're going to notice that our menu, our top menu and layout changes. And so now we have a centered top menu with our buttons and our logo. And the logo is changeable. This is a theme that works a little bit with the customizer. You can go to the appearance and then customize, and you can change your top logo. But as you can see, it makes a big difference. Like we could also, let me give you an example of a different type of header because there's tons of them. So here's one with a boxed content. Let's go for some boxed content and show you what that does. It changes the dynamic full width of your page and then sets it into like a boxed interlay. See, now we have this outside here, right? And maybe we'll go with a box type side. I don't know. We'll have to see. Maybe we'll go with something boxed. Right? And the reason this is messed up, by the way, here is because we don't have the Maps plugin installed. That's why you kind of see this stuff overlaying weird on each other. But look at that. So with minimal differences here, we actually have made quite a difference. Now, let's say that we wanted to add in some kind of flower video behind. I know that I showed you guys this before, but we're going to go there again. We're going to go to pexels.com. Pexels is an excellent place to find videos and images for free. Let's go for flowers video. And I just want to see what they got in here. Maybe they have something, maybe they don't. Videos, here we go. All right, so let's take a look at some of these videos. Let's see. This one's pretty cool. This one's pretty cool. Actually, all these are pretty cool. Let's go for, this one's pretty cool. I'm thinking, I didn't know if I wanted a person in there. Like, this is kind of cool. I like these because they both have people in them, and I kind of like putting people in the background. But let's go for maybe, in this case, we'll just go for some flower scroll. We'll just keep it basic. So like this one here. There's not really a lot happening in this one, so maybe we'll look for something a little more. So like that's got a bouquet moving around. Maybe this one here. Aha. Let's go for that. All right. And we're going to go for the HD version. Let's just go ahead and download this. So back over here on our site, we're going to go ahead and turn on the front end builder. And behind this here, you can see there's already kind of an image or kind of a flower or some kind of, not flower, but some kind of video happening. So the way that we can, I'm actually going to put that on the side. So what we're going to do here is if you hover over the row, this is the full row, the purple. We can see that there are options for this row, and I'm going to go for the row styling options. And if we look at the background, there's going to be a video, yeah, see, and it has a background color overlaying on it, and then it has a background image. This is for like mobile display. If it's on mobile, it won't show the video, so they got to have a background image or just a color. But let's change our video and let's upload that other video. Now, one thing is we'd want to run this through and make it smaller, obviously, but depending on its file size, it's actually a pretty small file, I guess, but. Okay, now this color here, we can actually click into the color box and we can pull this down to make the color a little less. Okay, it might be in a row overlay. There it is. Okay, I was wondering where the row, where the where the overlay was coming from. So we have a row, we're going to leave that for mobile, but the row overlay, see they have a gradient overlaying it, but they don't have it, it's not transparent enough. We don't get to see the image enough. So what I'm thinking is we could possibly run just a color overlay, maybe say like that purple, and then we can bring it way down, maybe to like right here. There we go. And I'm just kind of giving you guys an example of how to work with Themify because it's pretty cool. All right, so now when we exit out of this, as you can now see, look at that. Now we have a flower top, or we have a flower video of some flowers being placed on the table. So it already looks decent. Our menu, once again, kind of has the same issue as that other site's menu, which is it is overlaying. It doesn't have, the buttons aren't, I mean, like, it doesn't have any stroke is what I'm trying to say. Sounds like I'm having one. But it didn't have enough stroke on these links. And so we'd probably end up changing that. We may end up doing like a light white backdrop behind them or something, or maybe even a dark one to show them. And then also the text too. All this stuff could use a little bit of work, but that already looks a little bit better. And the rest of this we'll get to changing as well in the upcoming videos. All I want to do in this one, since we're already kind of past the 10-minute mark and I'm trying to keep them as short as I can, I'm just trying to show you kind of using Themify's front-end builder and a little bit about its back-end builder, about how you can really change anything from your footer, your layout of your widgets. These are like the way your information, your widgets laid out, to what you want to display in your footer. And then also your Themify Builder can be accessed from the back end as well. This is all the stuff that's on the front end. You can easily edit it from back here. So these are your rows in the purple like I talked about, and you can do the same thing. You can give yourself the styling and change it all from back here exactly the same way. Although you don't really want to have both these builders on at the same time because then it will kind of screw it up which one overrules which one, if you understand what I'm saying, and that can kind of be difficult. So I'm not really going to save anything back there because I already have this front end builder open. But like you guys can see, we can actually grab entire rows and move entire rows around if we feel like it. We, you know, like that whole top section, we can change it. And so now all these are down here, and now it's got this directly underneath it. Or we can run it right back up, which is probably what I'll do. Run it right back above, and then save it, and exit the builder, and now our site's already changed. This is the new layout of our site and the way it looks. And I'm going to go ahead and stop us right here because we could edit this all day long. And the next video, I think I'm actually going to go over our color scheme. We're going to try to pick out our colors, maybe some more images off Pexels, kind of load up a site and start to change some of this stuff. Maybe install the Maps plugin too so the map starts working properly. And just keep kind of working our way towards. And then we'll go ahead and edit the SEO information and all that. And then we'll change our menu and start building our inner pages. So that is going to wrap us up on part 4. Like, subscribe, comment like usual. And I look forward to seeing you guys in part 5.